India's reputation of being the only known source of diamond mines in the world and its flourishing international trade attracted many invasions. North Indian kingdoms resisted invasions by Arab Turks for centuries, but soon small Islamic empires or sultanates were established in several parts of the north. Before these invasions, Muslim trading communities who arrived from Arabia in small numbers via the Indian Ocean were already trading in the coastal South India, especially Kerala. Arabs, Turks and Afghans invaded parts of North India and established the Delhi Sultanate in the former Rajput regions during the 12th and 13th century. There was a great impact on culture with the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate. An Indo-Muslim culture evolved, and this could be seen in architecture, music, literature and religion. The language of Urdu was developed at this time, which is said to be a mix of Sanskrit, Persian, Turkish and Arabic. The Delhi Sultanate was the only Indo-Islamic empire which placed Razia Sultan, a woman, on the throne. Qutb ud-Din Aibak was responsible for establishing the Delhi Sultanate. Shamsuddin Iltutmish then later established a Turkish kingdom in Delhi Timur. Timur, a Turkish Mongol conqueror, launched a massive campaign to invade India. He attacked Sultan Nasiruddin Mahmud of the Tughlaq dynasty in Delhi, leaving the city in ruins. Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur was the founder of the Mughal Empire. Babur, with the help of his armies and the advantage of superior cavalry tactics, firearms and guns, defeated the last of the sultans, Ibrahim Shah Lodi, in the first battle of Panipat in 1526. Babur was succeeded by his son Humayun. At the age of 12, his father appointed him as the governor of Badakhshan, and this is where he proved his administrative skills and bravery. Sher Shah Suri, an Afghan general who served under Babur, had gathered an impressive number of loyal and well-trained Afghan soldiers and was one of Humayun's greatest threats. Sher Shah in the meantime went about capturing Bihar and Jaunpur, which was under Mughal rule. Facing humiliation, Humayun clashed with Sher Shah 2 more times. The second battle at Kannauj brought an end to Humayun's reign. Afghan rule was established with the capture of Delhi and Agra. Humayun fled to Persia, where he lived in exile for 15 years after being betrayed by his brothers. In exile, his wife gave birth to their son, Akbar. After the death of Sher Shah Suri, his empire began to crumble as his successor could not recreate Sher Shah's magic. Humayun, on realizing this, put an army together with the help of a Persian king and marched towards Delhi. The following year, he managed to capture Delhi along with Kabul and Kandahar and defeated Sikandar Suri, Sher Shah's successor, ascending the throne at Agra, thus bringing an end to his days in exile. After ascending the throne, Humayun devoted his time to the state. His greatest achievements lay in the field of painting. He brought several painters from Persia and they laid the foundation for Mughal art and style. From here on, there was a fusion of Persian and Indian styles. Humayun's reign was short-lived. He died in a tragic accident after falling off his library steps. He was succeeded by his son Akbar, who went on to become one of the greatest Mughal kings ever known.